So, the thing we have to start with, the cold, hard truth of it, is that your bad habits are not accidents. They are not random. You do not just, forget to do the hard thing. And you do not simply lack willpower. That is a convenient lie we tell ourselves to feel better. The truth is, that repetitive, frustrating habit you keep falling into, it is doing a job. It is a highly efficient, deeply protected system designed to keep you away from discomfort. We call it autopilot, but upstream, it is actually protected avoidance. Let us look at how this actually plays out in the real world, because it is incredibly subtle. You sit down at your desk to tackle that difficult project, the one that requires real cognitive effort, where you might actually fail or realize you do not know what you are doing. And within 90 seconds, without even making a conscious decision, your hand is already on your phone. You are staring at a screen, scrolling through nothing. Or maybe it is the end of a long day. You promised yourself you would go for that walk after work. But the moment you walk through the door, you sit on the couch, just for a second, to take your boots off, and suddenly 3 hours have vanished. Or you miss one rep at the gym, or one day on your diet, and the voice immediately says, "Well, we messed up, might as well start again on Monday." That is autopilot. I mean, let us trace this upstream. If the exact same trigger, whether that is a feeling of inadequacy, boredom, or physical fatigue, keeps producing the exact same behavior, then the trigger is the doorway, and the habit is the escape route. It is a beautifully constructed bypass. On the surface, it looks like laziness. You tell yourself, "I am just lazy, I have no discipline." But that is a story. Upstream, in the nervous system, it is fear. Fear of effort, fear of failure, or the raw fear of feeling exposed. Marcus Aurelius wrote about how the obstacle becomes the way. If we reframe that Stoic discipline for our daily lives, it means this: the moment of urge is the moment to observe, not obey. The very friction you are trying to run from is the signal of where the work actually is. I have to be honest with you about this, because I am not speaking from some mountaintop. Years ago, when I was transitioning out of my clinical practice, I found myself constantly escaping into administrative tasks. I would tell myself I was busy, that I was working, but really, I was avoiding the terrifying creative weight of writing my first book. Every time the screen was blank, I would suddenly decide my inbox desperately needed to be organized. It was classic protected avoidance. I was using the illusion of productivity to escape the discomfort of potential failure. I had to catch myself in that loop and realize that my messy inbox was not the problem. My fear was. So, how do we break the loop? We do not do it with a big, dramatic, motivational speech. We do it through a highly disciplined, quiet protocol. Catch and redirect. Notice the wording there. It is not catch and flip. Flipping implies this massive emotional transformation where you suddenly feel supercharged and excited. That is a fantasy. Dopamine loves that guy. Catch and redirect is clinical. It is steady. It means you observe the urge to drift, you name the pattern without judgment, and you make a small, immediate physical move back to the practice. Let us make this concrete. The next time you feel that familiar itch to drift, whether it is reaching for the phone, closing the book, or heading for the kitchen when you are not actually hungry, here is your immediate reset. Stand up. Physically change your posture. Take 3 slow, deliberate breaths to settle your nervous system. Say the pattern out loud. I am feeling overwhelmed, so I am trying to distract myself. No drama, no self-flagellation. Just information, not a verdict. And then, do the smallest, most ridiculous version of the practice you can manage. If you are avoiding writing, write 1 sentence. If you are avoiding a workout, do 5 push-ups. 0 breaks the practice. 3 minutes maintains it. You do not need a whole new identity in that moment. You just need a clean next step. This is the heart of what we call A.L.I.V.E, awareness in the ISI framework. Noticing the trigger in real time is the very first form of liberation. Why? Because what is named can be worked with. When it is just a vague, heavy feeling, it controls you. Once you point at it and say, "Ah, there is my old friend avoidance," it loses its power. It becomes a choice rather than a reflex. I want to leave you with a very specific, low-friction challenge for this week. Reach out to one brother, one man you trust. Do not send a polished, superficial text message about how great everything is. Use a real, unvarnished word. Tell him exactly where you are actually drifting, and ask him where he is drifting. What pattern are you currently calling a personality trait when it is really just an unchallenged blind spot? Do the work, one small return at a time. Talk soon, brothers.